If you lift your chainsaw set and there's this much oil underneath it, it's normal. This is actually better than normal. This is just where the bar guide oil comes out, and it's always there, so it has nowhere to go. Once it's out, it just starts to drip. Number one, all chainsaws drip. But if you've got this much drippage over a 48-hour period, this is good. This is just like I say, the oiler, it's just draining off. So that's good. That's number one. Here's the cover that goes against the bar at the oiler. It's right here. You can see that it's wet. It's always going to be wet because after it comes out of over here behind the bar, got nowhere to go, so it's just going to sit there and it's going to be residual oil dripping down on the floor. The amount is what's important, and the location. In other words, is this on the right hand side of the chainsaw? Answer, yes. Okay, if it's on the left hand side of the chainsaw and you've got a big pool, you're probably looking at the bar oil cap is probably leaking, especially if it's an older machine, so check that. Again, behind the bar, that's where it starts, that's where the oiler starts to happen. So nowhere it can go, so it's going to drip. And all chainsaws, as I mentioned before, drip, all of them. Number two is fuel. If you're using this fuel right here, this right here, probably not a good idea. I use this Husqvarna fuel. It's a Husqvarna machine. I use Husqvarna products in my Husqvarna products. Other than that, I mix it myself, and you get a much better result. You probably lose 500 or 600 RPM using this fuel. I don't know what it is about it. Other people swear by it. Never had a problem with it, but I am having a problem right now currently with it, and I've tracked it to the fuel. So ran out of this, went and got some, and it's probably going to be a non-issue because for whatever reason, this fuel, though, they've got it in red cans, they've got it in green cans, and they've got other small engine fuel, it's called. I don't know about them, but like I say, I use Husqvarna. Number three are spark plugs. Once you flood it really bad, you probably want to put a new spark plug in it. I got this Champion. The machine calls for a Champion RCJ 7Y plug. I got them. The one I took out of there, which was the same Champion plug, that was 25 thou gap. This new one is 24 thou gap. So I think I'm just going to stretch her a thou, as it was running fine. And yeah, you flood it really bad, you gotta, you probably fouled the plug, so should have them on hand. It's a good thing to do, because once they're flooded, that's all they do is flood. They don't start. You can't do any work with them, and that puts you way behind, like it has done for me. I also use Husqvarna bar and chain oil. I feel it's the best. Like I say, I use Husqvarna products for my Husqvarna machines. So if you want a good premium all season bar and chain oil, Husqvarna is a good brand. Nobody can dispute that. Great products. Number four is chain adjustment. I don't know what the book says, but I know it works good for me. And if I have about a 60 thou gap between the bottom of the bar and the top of the links, for me that's good. The chain moves and slides on the bar nice and easily, and the engagement in the slot in the bar is there. There's no problem. There's no risk of it falling all the way out. Like I say, I don't know what the book says. I just know what works good for me, and I put about 60 thou gap right here between the bottom of the bar and the top of the link. Works good for me. Okay, we got a good idle. Just listen to that. Your chainsaw probably isn't idling that well. That's a good idle. Now I'm going to grab it and rev it up. Pay attention to that rev. You hear it hitting those highs? That's what you're looking for. That high rev, clean, and it's high. And if you were to put a tachometer on it, you'd find that you're probably running 500 or 600 RPM lower with that other fuel. So you're looking for that. I mean, that wasn't even half throttle. It just screams. Really a huge difference. The only way to go. This is an E450. Call it the Rancher. Good chainsaw. Only got an 18-inch bar on it. But for the stuff I do, perfect. That idles, I love that idle. It's never idled that well. Yeah. Probably gained 300 on the idle alone on the cap. Great machine. I gotta go. I gotta go to work. And then of course, when a man puts in a long day, cutting and hacking through the forest, it's time, and his reward at that time is beverage. Ice cold beverage. An adult beverage to be exact. Frothy and ice cold to end the day. And I would just like to take this time to wish all the mothers out there a very, very merry Mother's Day. And I would just like to leave all those mothers with just this one thought. When a man says he's going to fix something, there is no need to remind him every 6 months